Hi everybody, it's Sherryelle, and today we're going to be doing a special tutorial that's going to be dedicated to one of my clients. Her name is Corinna, and she was asking me about inexpensive makeup and brushes that she could introduce to her teenage daughter who's just getting into makeup. And what else comes to mind? Coastal Scents. So today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial using the 22-piece brush collection by Coastal Scents, which looks like this. And we're going to be using a few palettes by Coastal Scents. So if you want to see this tutorial and see all the different ways that you can use these brushes, stay tuned. Okay, let's start out with the Coastal Scents Kabuki Style Stippling Brush, which is kind of wonderful. This is a very dense brush, so it's really great for packing on color. So I'm going to be putting on my HD foundation by Makeup Forever, and I'm just going to stipple that into my face. Now what I would do on me, I don't normally do on other people because I'm a little bit different with me. Onto the brows. We're going to be using one of these 3 angled brushes out of the collection. Okay, there is a small one, a medium one, and a bigger one, and there's lots of uses for these brushes. Okay, I'm going to be doing my brows with these brushes, so I'm going to be using the Coastal Scents Camouflage palette. Okay, and I'm going to basically shape my brows, and I'm going to use the medium-sized one, and I'm going to be using the 3rd one over in this palette. And I'm basically arching out my brows and putting a beautiful base down for my highlight. Now these are great brushes. You can lay down color with the brows. Just pull it down. Okay. If you make a mistake, you can fix it this way as well. Okay, in the collection also we have these 3 fluffy brushes right here. Now I definitely could have done without one of these fluffy brushes and done with a spoolie for the eyebrows, which you definitely need an eyebrow groomer in any collection. So we're going to take one of these brushes right here, and I think maybe I'll take the medium-sized one, and we're going to lay down some color out of the 88 Original palette by Coastal Scents. And we're going to be using this flesh tone, about the 5th one down, right here, 2, 4, 5. This one right here out of the Coastal Scents collection. Okay. Now for the lid color, we're going to be using this really light pink up here in the 88 Original palette for the eyelid. And I'm using the small fluffy brush that I just showed you. You can just pack on the color, and I have no fallout from this. If you do it just right, if you pack it on just right, you won't have any fallout. There are 2 more brushes in this collection that are small and very detailed. It's these 2 little brushes right here, which are 2 of my favorite brushes out of this collection. So we're going to go ahead and take the smaller of the 2, this one right here. They're not marked. I wish I could tell you exactly, but they're not marked. I'm going to take that same color, that same light pink out of the 88 Original palette. Okay, I'm going to just pack the color on underneath my eye, just like that. We're also going to be taking that same small brush, and we're just going to pack that light pink in the corner, just like that. Now we're going to take this purple out of the 88 Original palette, and we're going to be taking this crease brush out of the 22 brush collection, and we're going to be putting that purple in the crease of our eyes. Okay. This is one of my favorite purples. I cannot find a purple like this. The only close purple that I've come to finding and that's like this purple in the 88 original is my Ben Nye purple that I got. That's actually a blush. But one thing about Coastal Scents colors is that you get a variety that you wouldn't normally get in another collection. That's why for starting out with makeup as a teenager, this is a great way to start, is getting these beautiful palettes and playing with the color, because the pigment is great and putting them on is great. And I just love the color payoff, believe it or not, out of these inexpensive sets. See how great that brush is? This is a great brush. It fits in the socket of my eyes perfectly and it distributes the color beautifully. Okay, I'm going to go back to this brush right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and pack the darker color around the eye right here. Now, I do concealing and stuff last in case I do have fallout and I need to clean it up. Yeah. I really love these little detailed brushes. They work beautifully. Now I'm going to take the second to the smallest lid brush, which I really like, and I'm going to be using, out of the 88 original palette, I'm going to be using this really bright pink right here, which is about the 5th one over as well. So let's go ahead and pack that color on. I really love these palettes because of the color payoff. I cannot find these colors from any other company except for maybe Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever has some pretty bright colors in their collections. So we're just going to put some of that bright color on the lid. We're going to leave the inner corner alone. We're going to leave that nice and light. And we're just going to pack on this color right here. Make it bright and vibrant. And now, same thing, I'm going to go in with that smaller brush. The brother or sister to this brush I just used, we're going to take that bright pink. Once again, we're going to go under the eye in the middle with this color. So leave your darker on the outside, your medium in the middle, and your lighter on the inner corner. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same bright pink, that's about the 5th one over in the original palette, and I'm going to be packing that color on in the middle of my crease with my crease brush. And I'm just going to go right here, right in the middle, just to brighten it up right there. Remember, we're going to keep our darker color on the outside. We're going to put our medium in the middle, and we're going to put our light in the inner corner, just so that the colors gradiate together. See how bright and pretty that is? Yeah. I have so much fun playing in these palettes. I just love putting colors on my eyes. I really have a lot of fun doing this. I love doing it on other people too. I love doing transformation videos. I need to do some more of them. Okay, now we have these 3 brushes out of the collection. Now this is a foundation brush. Now if you're doing theater type makeup and you need to do more contouring type cream colored stuff, you would be using this brush more. But for the average person, a lot of people don't use these brushes. But when you become more advanced in your foundations and your contourings and stuff with makeup, then you'll be using these type of brushes. However, these 2 are great. I put my mixing mediums on these, and the great thing about these brushes is they hold on to the liquid in the Teflon fibers, so it's really great for packing and putting on pigments and anything cream colored bases, anything like that. As you can tell, I use this one a lot for packing on creams and all kinds of stuff because I don't want to ruin my other brushes. I'd rather ruin a brush like this than ruin any of my other brushes for packing on stuff that I really don't want to be using those brushes for. So right now, for tutorial purposes, I'm going to use this brush right here, and we're going to pack on some pigments by Maron. Okay, I'm going to be applying a mixing medium to my brush. I'm going to wipe it off. And this mixing medium I made myself personally. It's rose water, glycerin, and dimethicone. And the reason I love it so much is because the rose water is used for an antiseptic. It's great for people who have acne. And dimethicone is silicone, or I'm sorry, glycerin and dimethicone seal and put a nice barrier on the skin. Also, it clings. It helps things cling like glue. Now, I'm going to be using Mehron's Gem Powders in Amethyst. All right. And I'm going to just be doing the outside of the eye with these gem powders. As you can see, it's starting to add depth to the corner of my eye. And that's pretty much all I want. I'm just going to feed that right into the crease, just to give it some depth. And I can just really round out the corners. As you can see, it's starting to add. This is a beautiful brush. I really, out of the brush collection, I use this one a lot because I don't want to mess up my other brushes, but this seems to stand the test of time, this brush. I'm not a brush snob, to be honest. I have tons of brushes. I have expensive brushes. I have cheap brushes. And you'll find that you're going to get your favorites no matter what. And they can come in, they can be cheap or they can be expensive. Doesn't matter. If you're a true artist and you're really good at your craft, you can take a Q-tip and a sponge tip applicator and create an amazing look. So this is the Gemstone Powders by Mehron. They're so beautiful. I love these things. I have a few of them. I really love them. The wonderful thing about this mixing medium that I made up as well, it also can help heal wounds. So once again, we're going to get right in that crease really nice and tight, which is really great with this brush. Really nice and tight. See how it just curves around your eyes, just like that. See? It's beautiful. Very detailed. You can detail with this brush really great. You can lay it on and then you can blend out. Then we're going to blend out with our crease brush, those dark corners, just like that, because you definitely want to blend it out. I love this little brush. For an inexpensive set of $35, this is wonderful. Now, Coastal Scents might be having a sale right now, so you can sometimes get these brushes anywhere from $17.99 to $34.99, which is totally worth it, because I know that you know, for anybody that has a big brush collection like myself, I know that I've spent $35 and $40 and $50 for one brush. But when you do this, you will, if this becomes something that you do professionally, then you will definitely be investing in expensive brushes. Some you'll use, some you won't. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take this small angled brush and I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some black on the outside edges and just kind of feed it into my color. Just like that. Now don't worry, it will all come together in the end. So we're just going to go ahead and do those lash lines. We're just going to kind of smudge it out, kind of make it a little bit smoky. Now we're going to take the biggest, fluffiest brush that we have and we're going to go back into our flesh tone color that we used out of the 88 palette, which is this color right here. And we're just going to bring all of that together and blend out any harsh lines. Okay, we're going to be using this brush out of the collection for our powder. I'm going to be using MAC Studio Finish powder. Okay, I don't really need powder, but I'm just putting it on for tutorial purposes. Okay, we are also going to be using this particular brush for our bronzer. I'm going to be using my Park Avenue Princess, one of my favorites. So we're just going to go ahead and put that on. Now I'm going to take my angled powder brush and I'm going to go and I'm going to be using this for contouring as well. Now we're going to take this brush out of the collection. It is a dual fiber type of stippling brush. And I'm going to use my favorite cream blusher by NYX. It's called Tea Rose. It's cream. You can also use this you really should wipe that off before you do what I just did. The nice thing about these particular cream blushes right here is that they go on beautifully. This is Tea Rose, my very favorite. Okay, now we're going to go back in with our angled blush brush, and I'm going to go into the Coastal Scents 10 blush palette, and I'm going to be using this really nice light pink up here, which is really pretty. And we're just going to put that on right over our cream blush. Okay, now we're going to go in with the 32 lip palette by Coastal Scents. Now there is no lip brush in this collection. I could have done without a fluffy brush, and I could have done without an angle brush. I could have done with a spoolie, and I could have done with a lip brush. So let me go ahead and put some of this on, and let's see what the finished look looks like using Coastal Scents 22 brush collection and the original palette along with the Camouflage palette and the 32 lip palette and the blush palette. Okay, out of the 32 palette, I'm going to go ahead and use the really bright fuchsia right here actually on my lips. I hope you all really enjoyed that tutorial, and I have a lot of special requests that I will be fulfilling. I know that you all have made some very special requests, and I am going to fulfill them. However, it's just going to take me some time. Don't worry, I will get around to it. Please write and subscribe and comment, and if you have any questions about any of my videos or anything I've said in any of my videos that you have any questions about, please feel free to write, comment, and let me know what you're thinking. I hope you all have very happy holidays, and I hope life is treating you beautiful. And I just want to let all my new subscribers know that I want to say thank you, and I want to say thank you to all my other subscribers around the world and to all my friends. Thank you, and I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for making this so much fun for me. I love YouTube, and I love you guys. So, see ya. Bye.